Hey everyone, in IELTS writing test, there will be two tasks, writing task 1 and writing task 2. Writing task 1 is different for both academic as well as general module, but writing task 2, which is an essay, is common for both of them. You are given only one essay and you're supposed to write on it, and there are many different types of essays out of which only one may be given to you. Number 1, causes and solution, advantages, disadvantages, problem and solutions, causes and effects, negative or positive development, agree or disagree, or discuss both views and give your opinion. And the essay that I'm going to talk about today is causes and solution essay. So what I'm going to teach you today is the structure of the causes and solution essay, the planning of the essay, how to write introduction, how to write body paragraphs, how to write conclusions, the specific vocabulary for causes and solution essay, writing conclusions, and some tips for improving your writing. So as I said, the writing essays is common for both general as well as academic tests. And you will have to write more than 250 words, and the recommended time is 40 minutes. So try to write the essay, proofread it, and plan. Everything must happen in 40 minutes. The most important thing that you have to keep in your mind is that there should be a structure of the essay. Of course, you want to show your language and you think that you have a very good English language skill. But if you're not writing in the proper structure that is required for writing the essay, you will be losing marks. So it's not about just showing the language on the piece of paper in any form. It's more or less like the general college essay, and there is a format to it. And there are solid marks for the paragraphing and sequencing. Let's have a look at this band descriptor of our writing essays. If you see that a student who gets a band 9 fully addresses all parts of the task, and then he or she presents a fully developed position in an answer to the question with the relevant, fully extended, and well-supported ideas. So if you see the first thing, that it answers all parts of the question. This means if you were given an essay on advantage, disadvantage, you have written advantages as well as disadvantages. Similarly, if the essay is about causes and solutions, then you must write causes and solutions in the essay. If you don't, you'll be losing marks for the task achievement. And plus, as you can see, a candidate that receives a band 9, he or she fully develops the ideas, fully develops the paragraphs. It means he's writing in a proper structure, and there is a clear movement of ideas from one idea to another. Let's have a look at this coherence and cohesion. Coherence means that there is a sequencing in ideas. So essays that uses cohesion in such a way that it attracts no attention and skillfully manages paragraphing. It means if your paragraphs are not in order, there is no clear step-by-step explanation, and there is no sequencing in your ideas, you will be losing marks. So the more sequencing you create, the more marks you get. In other words, that in writing, it's not about writing words, it's not about writing sentences, it's about writing in proper paragraphing in a sequenced way. So what you must do is that you should consider this aspect as well to improve your marks. I'm going to teach you in this video how to create that paragraphing and what are the words and the vocabulary and the sentences that can help you build that paragraph in a good way. Let's first have a look at one sample question. So the example is, the number of people who are at risk of serious health problems due to being overweight is increasing. What is the reason for the growth in overweight people in society, and how can this problem be solved? So this means that this is a causes and solution essay. You're supposed to write causes and then present some solutions. Before you start writing, you should plan your writing. Many students just want to start writing. They rush to writing and jump into writing without thinking, and it's a big problem. It can land you into serious trouble. For example, what you write may be off the topic, or maybe the answer that you're writing, the ideas may be correct, but they're not in proper sequence or in proper order. So if you want to make sure that you are writing in sequence, first plan. Write down all your ideas step by step, and then see if there is something wrong with the sequencing of the ideas. If it is there, just readjust the ideas, or if there are ideas which you think that are maybe irrelevant, and if you have other ideas which you could better explain, then maybe add new ideas and delete the other ones. So planning allows you to write an essay which is perfect in terms of ideas as well as sequencing. So in your plan, just think of 2 causes and then 2 solutions. And not just think of the main ideas. You should add a little of the detail there in your planning. And by planning, I mean just don't write the full sentences or the full paragraph. By planning, I ask you to write bullet points which can keep your essay on the track. For example, I have created some outline here. Excessive consumption of junk foods. So this is the main reason why people are becoming overweight, in my opinion. And how I would explain using this detail. This is very popular, but rich in calories. And the second reason is late night eating habits. And I would explain this with these following ideas. Heavy meals at night, that people are consuming heavy meals at night. Going to sleep right after. So first they have the heavy meals and then they sleep without doing some exercise or without burning the calories. Thirdly, sedentary lifestyles. I mean, I will explain it with the explanation that people keep sitting behind the desks. They have 9 to 5 jobs and there is a lack of physical activities. So this is my plan of talking about causes, and as well as I told you the detail how I would be explaining their causes. And now let's have a look at some solutions which I would be writing to explain in this essay. My first solution would be cutting down on the consumption of calories. I mean, I will explain it saying that it's not easy. We have to change dietary habits. And then I would talk about that the other solution is regular exercise. We have to engage in physically demanding hobbies and games, which will help us burn our calories. And in turn, we would be staying healthy and we wouldn't be gaining weight. Once my plan is ready, all the ideas are in order. I know what I'm going to write in each paragraph, what I'm going to explain in each paragraph. Everything is in order. Now it will make it easy for me to write an essay and let me focus more on the vocabulary, more on the sentences and the grammatical structures. I mean, I don't have to think about the ideas anymore, because when you're writing an essay, there are different things going through your mind. You have to think about ideas, you have to look at the language, you have to look at the sentences and the way you're explaining that. And if you don't have to worry about the ideas, you know that everything is in order, everything is clear what you're going to write, then you can pay full attention to the other aspects of the essay. And as a result of that, you can get more marks. So the next step is writing introduction. Now, what is an introduction? Introduction is basically telling the reader what is going to come in your essay. Since in this essay, we're going to talk about 2 things. Number 1, that there is an issue of gaining weight in the society. And on this issue, the second thing that I want to write about causes and solutions. So both of these things should be there. In fact, introduction is a reflection of what is going to come in your body paragraphs. You just have to tell in a few words that what exactly your body paragraphs are going to be. So you start your introduction with the topic sentence. By topic sentence means that whatever the topic which has been given to you in the essay. And in this case, the topic that has been given to us is the causes and solutions of gaining weight. So we might start with this like these days, a number of people are gaining weight and this problem is becoming more and more serious with every passing day. So the first sentence of your introduction should be the general statement on the topic. Take another example. If the question is about the losing of biodiversity, so what are the causes and solutions of losing biodiversity? Here's a general line for that. Despite knowing about the biodiversity's importance for a long time, human activity has been causing massive extinction of different species. Let's have a look at another question. Let's say the question is about environmental degradation. I mean, there's a massive degradation of environment. What are the causes and what are the solutions for that? So here's a general line from where I can start the introduction. The issue of environmental degradation is one of the major enigmas that the humanity is facing in modern times. So as we see then in the start of our introduction, we have to talk about the topic in just 1 to 2 lines so the reader gets to know what our topic is about. The next part of the introduction is talking about the plan, what is going to be in my essay. If this is my topic, what I'm going to do about this topic. Am I going to talk about advantages, disadvantages? I'm going to talk about causes and solutions. Is my essay going to be about causes and effect or problem and solutions? This is where you write this plan. And there are different ways of saying the same thing for causes and solution types of essays. So as we can see in this first example, this is a general line. Despite knowing about biodiversity's importance for a long time, human activity has been causing massive extinctions of different species. So this is a general line on the topic. And here is a plan. This essay will examine the main causes of loss of biodiversity and possible solutions of this problem. Let's have a look at the second example. The issue of environmental degradation is one of the major enigmas that the humanity is facing in the modern times. This mainly owes to their unending exploitation of natural resources and harmful ways of progress. There are several ways this problem can be dealt with. So if you look at this first plan, I mean this essay will examine the main causes of. Here it just announces what exactly is going to come in the body paragraphs. Or the second type of introduction, as you can see, is not just a plan, it is talking about the main points which are going to come. It's a summary of the main points which are going to come in the body paragraphs. So both of these ways are fine. So you can tell the plan of your essay, or you can just give some outlines of what your body paragraphs are going to be about. So there are 2 ways of developing body paragraphs in this essay. You may write causes and then solution in the same paragraph, and then the second paragraph again, and the second cause and the second solution. This is one way. Or the other way is introduction, 2 causes in one paragraph, 2 solutions in the other paragraph, and then last conclusion. That makes it 4 paragraph essays. It's just totally up to you how you want to go about it. Either of this style, any one of these style is fine. Since you're going to talk about the causes of certain issue, these are the words, some vocabulary that can help you write your sentences clearly and in a better way. For example, there are 2 main factors. Like when you're talking about causes, in the beginning, in the first line, you can say that there are 2 main causes, there are 2 main reasons. The main causes, and then once you're done with the first cause, you can say another causes. And when you're talking about the result of it, you can say it leads to. Or the other way is this is often caused by, and then consequently, eventually, as a result, in consequence, therefore. These are the words that you can use to talk about their result. And then you can also use their due to, because of, owing to. These words also show that there is a cause and effect relationship between 2 things. The other words are thanks to, as a consequence of, as a result of, because, since, responsible for, give rise to, create, produces, bring about, originates. The driving force behind XYZ is XYZ. All of this vocabulary is going to be very crucial for you when you're writing these causes or solution essay. And then there's a vocabulary for talking about solutions. For example, a number of measures should be taken to address these concerns. So once you have written the causes and you're moving to the solutions, you can use these words. There are some strategies that can be used to encourage people to do blah, blah, blah. And then another way to confront the problem is turning to the possible solutions. This is another great way when you're talking about the solution. Once you have written the causes and now you're moving to the solution, so you can use this sentence. Another way forward could be various possible courses of action could be taken in order to tackle the above. So once you've written the causes, using these words will give you a perfect start for the solutions. In the end, write conclusion. Now, so conclusion is the summary of your main points, and maybe if there is a concluding line, or maybe your opinion if you want to add here, but try to add some sentence which summarizes the whole of the essay and gives your main idea, gives your final thoughts about the essay. Now, the final tip to improve is that knowing about writing doesn't help you improve writing skills, unfortunately. I mean, you have come to know how to write this essay, but unless you write this essay, start writing, get it reviewed by a teacher, you want to improve. Because writing is a different skill. This is not speaking, this is not reading, this is not listening. I mean, if you may be very good in speaking, you are speaking daily with different people, but writing is a totally different thing. And if you want to improve writing, you will have to practice writing separately because it's a different skill. So I suggest that you should write at least one essay on a daily basis, because writing itself will help you improve writing. I hope that you liked the video, and if you did, please share it with others. See you in the next video. Goodbye.